Conductor. Leaving so soon. Is there a problem? Colorful spirits surround the group. Keith. We appreciate your hospitality. Ila, but we have to go. The Conductor. There may be a small problem. Misty and Elena back away and bump into the spirits. They fall into a trance. The group turns to run and are ensnared by the ring of colorful spirits. The ring of colorful spirits spin around the group slow but steady. The Conductor conded. I'm creating an orchestra that will rival any in the world. I'm currently recruiting new members. The Conductor looks around. The Conductor conded. Any volunteers? Colorful spirits circle the group faster and faster. The group is frozen in place. The Conductor conded. Some of your group have already joined us. Colorful spirits enter the center of the circle. They slowly turn into zombie like Jalen, Sierra, Woody, and Dante human form. The group's eyes widen. Logan struggles against the spirits and reaches for Sierra. Logan. Sierra. Where did you go? Sierra looks blankly at Logan. She smiles broadly at the far-made Conductor. He walks towards Logan. Logan conded. What did you do to my wife? The Conductor lustily looks at Sierra.
Hi, Lisa. We are so excited that you are here. We would love to just know more about you and your work. So I'll pass it over to you to, tell me your name, who you are, and what you would like, what is important for people to know about you and your story.
Hello, my name is Lisa Maydwell. I am originally from Indiana. I currently live in Georgia. I started off as I've always been a writer. My family, I come from a family of writers that from songs to editorials and books, it's been passed down. So I'm fortunate that that gift was passed down to me. Um, I started off working in a factory and thought that that's where I would be the rest of my life because my mom retired from a factory and I just kind of thought that's the way things would go. Well, the factory I worked for continued to lay me off, and I started working for someone, and they helped me get my own business. So I had my own business, Lisa's Fashions, for 12 years. And then I decided to go back to school. Knew I was about to go through a divorce, and I wanted to have something that could sustain me no matter where I was. So I went back to school at 35 to be a teacher. I love being a teacher because I love children. I taught for 17 years in Indiana, and then I decided that I wanted to follow my passion, my dream of being a filmmaker. I'd had a dream before, which is dancing, that never materialized. So I was bound and determined I wasn't going to let this one slip away. So I packed up and told my sister I was on my way to Georgia, and I moved in with her. And the year was August 2019. Little did I know what was right around the corner. COVID hit. So all of our we had kind of deals in the works with different production companies for some of my screenplays, and COVID hit, and everything just fell through, just fell. It just went away. And so I started writing screenplays for clients. One in particular kept me pretty busy through COVID, so I was able to sustain myself because I didn't retire from my job. I just kind of like gave notice and said I wasn't coming back. So I had no income coming from anywhere, and so I moved to Georgia, wrote screenplays, and I started working on a documentary called The Final Round, and that took me back into filmmaking. Once COVID was kind of letting up. So during the time, though, I wrote quite a few screenplays, and one of them being The Conductor, and it's just kind of going from there. I'm involved in several projects that I'm excited about, and that's where I am today, here in Georgia, just paving the way, fulfilling a dream.
That is so amazing. It's funny going from, working at a factory, right? And then saying like, look, actually, like, look at all the things that I've created. And it's kind of interesting as you look at it, right, on two sides of the coin of this kind of mundane life, right? And then
Right,
other life of like creativity and like continuous like evolution in a way. Because, right, you
right.
kind of digging for new things as you are creating. And so that is a beautiful thing. And one thing I saw on your website that you wrote, and it resonated with me, of like it wasn't until teaching others the craft of writing that you discovered your own gift. Can you
Right.
share more about that? I just felt like so just drawn to that. And yeah, I would love to know like how that like shaped your own like journey.
So with writing, so when I first went back to school, um, with my first semester, I had a good friend, mentor, who convinced me to go back to school to begin with. And so my first paper I wrote, it was I don't know what the topic was, but I wrote about Tupac Shakur's song, and I referenced this song, and I kind of built the paper right. I got a big old fat F on that paper. I was ready to quit. I went into my friend's office. He worked at the college. I was like, I can't do it. I got an F and that, and he talked me off the ledge. And so I continued on with my schooling, where I taught elementary students, and a lot with grammar and writing. If you don't use it, you lose it. So I just had to, as I was teaching the children about writing and even filmmaking, because as the years went on, all of our students got iPads. And so they knew that I was interested in filmmaking. And so they all wanted to be filmmakers too. And so a lot of lessons I would do would involve them filming and writing about it and creating their little scripts. As I taught them to perfect their writing, I realized where my writing was coming up short. So I was learning right along with them. And it really helped. It helped me a lot to see some of the mechanics that you forget when you're out of school for so long. So it really helped, and it was wonderful seeing kids be so excited about writing and creating, being creatives, and not realizing that they were actually learning at the time.
Hmm. No, that's a huge thing, and I could definitely resonate with that. Where it's like if you're not teaching something,
Right,
let's
right.
say, wait, I gotta like go back to this.
Because it was so because when you first start teaching, you just all over the place. And I remember one of my first classroom, I was talking about this hyperbole. The hyperbole. And then one of the students, which was only like third grade, said, my other teacher called it a hyperbole. It's like, oh my God, you're right.
But that's a great example, right, of showing kids, right? It's
Right,
okay to like make mistakes. And I think
right,
they
right,
look at adults of like, oh, they know everything and they're always right. And it's like actually as humans, right? Like we're not perfect. We
not
don't know
perfect.
everything.
And we can always learn. And that's what I always wanted them to understand, that we're always learning. We should be anyway.
Exactly. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, I love to hear that. Like, you were teaching all these skills, right? To kids, from writing to like film, like actually making films, right? I think that's a beautiful thing. I would love to know more about the conductor and let the audience know a bit more of what they can expect as we're like looking at it and watching it.
Okay, so the conductor, my screenplay, The Conductor, I actually came up with that, let's see, 3 years ago. My best friend Annette and a group of us went to Puerto Rico, and we were trying to go to the rainforest. And when we got there on this shuttle bus or whatever we were on, they said you had to have made a reservation before you could go in. So that we had to, they're like, so keep it moving, you got to go. So we turned around, and while we were trying to decide where we were going next, we stopped at this roadside, and it was this guy in all black playing a guitar, some instrument, and singing Disney tunes. So we kind of, I was watching and enjoying, and we told him what happened. He told us, "Oh, well, just take this road down and go this way, go that way, and you'll see it, and it's lovely, it's free, you'll really enjoy it. You might even see some monkeys." And so we're like, "Oh, okay." So as we're driving there, I'm thinking, we don't know this man. He could be telling us anything. We could be getting set up. And that's, as a mind of a writer and creative, those are the things that turns into stories. So I
Mhm.
came up with the Conductor, where this bus of people who are going on this retreat, if the bus breaks down, and they end up at the conductor's home, and the conductor takes people's spirits and make them join his orchestra. He was like a conductor who had gone through some scandals and had been ostracized. So he was building. He was going to show everyone. He's going to build this grand orchestra, but it's with people's spirits as opposed to actual people. So when he gets people into his lair, he has some kind of trickery that sucks the life out of them and turns them into a floating, colorful spirit. And so we're kind of learning about all the people on the bus. Of course, you have all the different kind of personalities: the good ones, the bad ones, the silly ones, the one that's going after everybody's guy. And so we learn about them, and then we see what they're actually made of when they have to go through this labyrinth of this conductor's home, trying to get away and get back to the bus. So yeah, so I actually, it came up that I created it from a story from Puerto Rico, going to Puerto Rico. But the
Wow.
area was fine that he sent us to. It was wonderful.
Right, you didn't get taken by the
We were good. We were okay. The conductor didn't get us.
Oh, that's amazing. And have you had like perform like have has it been like actually,
Like a table read or something.
yeah.
No, it has not, because it's one of my newer screenplays.
Okay.
So it has not had people read it who are into that kind of genre, and they're like, "When is this going to get made?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm working on it."
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, I wanna.
Yes, it is just, and it's basically one location, and then it also involves these scary dogs who are like the protector of the conductor, and his little guy, his little Quasimodo sidekick.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it has a little humor in it as well, but yeah, it's a kind of a sci-fi thriller type. Uh, Not a lot of blood and guts, but it is a thriller. I wanted to make something that I would actually go see.
Yeah, no, it should be. It should be like would you say that your work is typically fiction, sci-fi? Like what is your like I guess your niche? Like I heard also like your documentary, which I was looking at or looking at just like the details on your website. Like
Right.
yeah, what's your like kind of favorite like area that you like to just like, hey, I write more in this.
So I thought I had one when I was during the COVID, when I was writing for this client. It was all the bang bang shoot 'em up drug dealer kind of thing. So that I did that, and not realizing that I could, and so but I listen to a lot of rap music and stuff, so I kind of know the life. And then I wrote a comedy called The Landing Pad. It's based on, I got the idea from Murphy Brown. You might be too young to remember Murphy Brown, where she always had to get, it was Bergman, and she always got different secretaries. Every time she came to work, it was a different secretary. And so led to a lot of humor. So this is with the roommate situation. Every time this Air is her name, she's an airline pilot. Every time she comes home from a gig, her cousin roommate has brought in another roommate that is a lot of fun and laughs and things like that. So I've done the comedy. I recently Delete is a thriller, suspense thriller, and all of these are my first time trying these genres, and that actually was just accepted into a film festival here in Atlanta. I'm also well, the documentary also was a part of a docu series called "Hit Like a Girl," and it's based on female boxers, some from the Georgia area, some from Florida, and the struggles and challenges they faced as being boxers. And so that's been very interesting. I've learned a lot from that. So I kind of go with the feeling, and then my pet project is Grandma's Closet. It's an animated series that teaches Black female history. And it also has a writing component that goes along with it. So it's been taught in some elementary classrooms in Indiana.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful. I love how you just dove in. You're like, hey, I'm
Mhm.
gonna try this.
Right.
I just have a feeling for this. I'm gonna do it. And then it being really successful, like in the way that like people are utilizing, right? People are enjoying it, like all of
Yeah.
that. I think that's so beautiful. And boxing is very close to my heart, because
Oh,
I
really?
and so it's nice to hear that like again these stories are being told from, a small subset of folks that are doing this, right? Especially like,
Right.
girls and women. And so I love to hear that as well.
So yeah, so I it's more of the story grabs me to make me write than me going focusing on a genre.
Hmm. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
that's really
And
beautiful.
I love to collaborate. I collaborate. I've collaborated on numerous scripts with different people, and it's just fun for me. And I love to help people who are trying to get into the business, trying to write books or screenplays or whatever it is. If I have the knowledge, I love to assist people to help them to reach their goals.
That is a beautiful thing, and just the fact that like the collaboration piece is, I think, really important, and more people should lean on each other for that, as we all are trying to figure it out, and we need each other in that.
Right, right, exactly. We do. And and just to see someone else succeed, warms your heart. And I'm also a ghostwriter. So
Oh,
to
wow.
write the last book I ghost wrote, he is doing phenomenal with the book and just going all over and book signings and being asked to speak at different events. So that I just love it.
Wow. That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm happy that again we were able to connect with you through our Time Films, and that we'll be able to showcase your work on the website, and on the platform. Yes, showcase it on the platform. And is there any way that, yeah, things you want to plug to let people know of how to contact you, and get your work? Even we will get the conductor on stage. I am
Gonna
ready
have
for it.
it's
I am
gonna
ready to see it.
happen. So one of the projects I'm working on is called Cultural Epicurean Network, and it is we're creating a network that health and wellness and food network that will feature more people of color. The current Food Network channel might sprinkle one or two in. This platform will be basically Black and brown people focused to give them a chance to show, their skills in the kitchen or in the health and wellness space. So we have a excellent producer named Jay who's working with us on that. So we're scheduled to start filming within the next few months. So our featured chef at the moment is Chef Dorian Hunter. She won Master Chef season 10. and
Oh,
so we're bringing her in on board for that. But and then of course again, Grandma's Closet is near and dear to my heart. But you can reach me at my web. You can see my work on lisamaydwell.com, and that's like may dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Maydwellisa Maydwell. LisaMaydwell.com, and all my platforms is my name, either forward or backwards. Instagram is Maydwell Lisa, Facebook is Lisa Maydwell. So
well, awesome. Well, we thank you for being with us and in collaboration with us. And yeah, everyone go check out her work.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And don't give up on those dreams. Dreams aren't dumb.